Oh man, what is it? What is it? Yeshua. All right, guy. Right? Jeez. I don't know. There's always something going on. See, there's another shooting in a school, but thankfully, I think two people were hurt. No one was killed except the shooter wound up being taken out. I don't know too much about it. A lot of shootings going on. Anyone espousing violence, or you can get that with a gun or whatever. It's nuts. If you're worried about corruption or something, you would use the truth. Someone shot up Rihanna's house, right? And then she's supposedly some Jesus-loving, Bible-crazed, wait a minute. If anyone is espousing use guns and shoot here, right? There's an ongoing, and whether you take the Stalin approach where you try to wipe out all the religious folk and kill millions that way, or you do like the Inquisitors Inquisition one, right? Which even the Catholics know that, right? We're in the name of religion. We are Americans, so you have to tolerate everyone, and we're supposed to, there's a state matter, right? And it's very simple with the, if you don't notice how corrupt and completely fake, would you do that? Would you think about it? It's just how crazy. Even some of us have to say our own families, let alone other people. We understand, no, they did do that. They sort of need off-ramp. No matter what, they pissed God off to a fight, let alone Son of God. I don't know what to say. It's not all bad news. Let's have some peace, because I don't know. Did you know? I don't know what else to say. I know I reported what the hell happened last year right around this time. I spoke completely honest about it, and to the point where I didn't know what to do after that. I prayed about it. I wanted to go to the FBI just to force them to do lie detector. They got that sodium pentothal, whatever to do, just so they can understand I'm not lying, and it's a national security issue, and you're not gonna that one conquered death. You're not gonna get them. If that one's floating around baptizing things with Holy Spirit and fire, you're wait a minute. I stumbled upon that in September or October. I didn't even realize that was fulfilling something, but there's no problem here. You have a higher power, but they're hiding the false gods or whatever. There is something with these statues. Wait a minute, it's ghosts and spook worship that they're, the paranormal, the general, there's a reason you can't recreate results the same exact every time if you should try the pseudoscience of paranormal stuff, especially in bad faith, but even just in general. You're warring against just simple truth, certain people, and they need the off-ramps. It's they built their whole persona on I don't know, one thing, but really they're gonna shank and the phone is good, and they switch. You know what I mean? They go they should be the first to understand if we could just do a little bit better. Everything is a scam these days. Everything. They don't even. There's a reason everyone's getting more nuts. How shall I say that? There's a reason people are more sad. There's a reason people, it's just not very American, whatever they did with social credit scores and bullying, and they don't report certain things, and a lot of if they just used one sentence of the truth, it would course correct. In other words, if even the big tech were to say, okay, you got us, here's what it's like if we just open the floodgates of anyone supposedly with an account can say whatever they want, you get a lot of abuse stories right away, let alone any here's how big tech was censoring me in the dark and I sent them this email. There's a lot of people being driven nuts with this systematic horse shit. It's not just one dumb bastard who's trying to push back and say, hey, wait a minute, this is provably fake. And wait a minute. The problem is it's not just the internet. The problem is there is people who are trying to seem nice, impeccable to a nuts degree in the past. And then they pick off people my age when we're kids, like along the way. Now those ones are older. They want to do like, the phase 2 in the 90s with chat rooms, which people like me tried to track at the time. Like, what are you doing to people's minds who are like our own age? By the time you get to smartphones and the 3.0 of it, these kids don't have a chance. They're getting lied to. They don't have a chance because you just won't put the grand experiment these people aren't hyper partisan like that. There's a reason they got like that, just real quick, guy. I mean, they're trying to steal everything, give nothing back, and look at the debt. I mean, it's not, I don't know, whether it's diplomacy or anything else. You will find that if there's some wicked, selfish, greedy club ideology that's been rampant, just in the midst of the Muggle American or whatever you wanted to say. And then they went nuts and recruited from there. See, Smeagol recruited and went nuts with the 3.0, like after '08 and the advent of the smartphone. So, I mean, now we're like 18 years removed from that going on. So anyway, let's just do better, rather than seeming impeccable, but like no one notices once it's completely fake and you just better watch it or else, like the Happy Gilmore, like now your back's gonna hurt community, type people, which I think that guy was trying to make fun of such, but I mean, they do that. Then they go out and we're expected to just pretend they're impeccable, everything's great here. Well, like I said, that's untenable and not fair to the next generation. And there's a reason people are getting mad. And it's not fair to anyone. Let alone you've got firmament problems. And I do know that. And I don't know what else to do to say like that should comfort every last person, because of course it's ironic. Who would have thought it's gonna be the same as you have a higher power. They're even censoring they have it because they hate that. If in fact that were true, like people, maybe they would give a shit about like whatever else. Don't totally be a backstabber to like some innocent person just to do it, which is literally a tenet of the Mean Girls Club. I mean, you got to prove it. They entrap one another right away with how despicable and no off ramps and what they said about this. They even know like whatever else. Like I am just trying to help. Lots of people are. You for sure can't leave it like this with respect to the social climate, even the online social climate, let alone it's pretty desolate everywhere. And a bunch of smirksters, and then, I mean, wait a minute, doesn't really matter where in the country, let alone, I mean, some of us have consistently reported the same exact type of like, they make you their mark and then woo. It's ideological racism, I guess you could say, or bigotry, right? I mean, they sure don't like anyone who wants their rights and to pursue the truth or say, hey, that's just straight cheating. 100% of them going to slander and gaslight and talk about how I must be. So you can't get through once, not one person. Then you're going to say I'm trying to see if like friends and family are all right, because I understand like even with that shit, like, I'd settle for one sentence back with like even just one digital scrap of any myriad of old like friends and family a lot of the time. And they don't do that. There's no one like, they'll send these snarky, like the troll bot ones on the Excel saying, oh, I'm feeling alone. Can anyone think me? And they got like hundreds of thousands of people. Oh, yeah. But for 7 years, I'm saying cops come into my house. They try and use like the internet, and when only they with an anonymous tip can ever once see anything I say on the internet. And why that might matter is because, no, I'm trying to tell you as a matter of course, these people, too many of them, are plotting against us. They like con artistry through and through. They're stealing everything. They switched. You understand? They like do not care about it. They entrap themselves. They're trying to steal everything just real quick with the digital tech. They even sell the bad wheat, and they have dishonest scales. I mean, look at even Walmart on a systematic, they're going to sell 2.5 pounds of ground beef and label it 4.5 pounds just so poor people have to pay even more for the food. This is not new. They even had to settle last year and then they did it again, got caught this year. That's just one little thing. The 5G versus Wi-Fi like scam. The scam. I mean, there's all they care about is that sort of thing to a degree that they won't even notice, that they do have an organized religion where they cremate their ability to care about that, right? And then they just from there shank everyone, and they really have to do better because they've provoked God to a fight, and that's all I can tell you about that. Of course, it's Earth, so it's always the case with his dirtbags, but oh no, there's a systematic ideological switch with wickedness and backstabbing, and who cares? If it says that, then we automatically don't like that. I mean, it's a nut who entrap themselves, and so they will it's just so anyway, man. I mean, if you present even one scrap of here's why nothing they say makes sense, especially given if they're touting free speech or something as like what they like about it, then if you drill, they don't. So anyway, man, just they have to seem impeccable with the talking points of yesteryear. But just because people and like whatever the 50s meant it doesn't mean if you hijack the same exact spiel, whether for a church matter or a patriotic matter, whatever it is. I mean, these people are trying to bastardize and ruin what they purport to love best. I just love Jesus. Golly Jane, would you just come to me with a little shack here where I can stab you? They're nuts. That's what I'm trying to say. Too many of them are shit crazy, and they don't report that. And so, of course, things go awry in the society. Anyway, hoping we do better, and that's my little podcast for the day. God bless. Bye.